I'll start with a little music. Just to relax. Breathe in the notes. Let it speak to you today. Unconditionally happy. Hafiz. We have not come here to take prisoners, but to surrender ever more deeply to freedom and joy. We have not come into this exquisite world to hold ourselves hostage from love. Run, my dear, from anything that might not strengthen your precious budding wings. Run like hell, my dear, from anyone likely to put a sharp knife into the sacred, tender vision of your beautiful heart. We have a duty to befriend those aspects of obedience that stand outside our house and shout to our reason, oh please, come out and play. For we have not come here to take prisoners or to confine our wondrous spirits, but to experience ever more deeply our divine courage, freedom, and light. And this is Singer. If you want to hang out with God, be joyful. Welcome to Shelter in Grace, a sound meditation for a pandemic and beyond. It's brought to you by myself, Reverend Elizabeth Hager, and San Francisco Unity. Here we shelter together, because together is better than alone, but we shelter alone and together every morning, Wednesday through Sunday, in our own homes to pause together. The practice is both prayer and meditation as one thing. It is a conversation with the Holy, where we listen better to our inner wisdom, that still small voice, and then we speak it into the world as is ours to do. Because the world needs my voice. The world needs your voice, that voice of wisdom that comes from here, where there is nothing broken. Our practice here is to use it all, to not judge it, to make none of it wrong. We use spirit, wisdom of others. We use sound. You've heard the Moyo drum. We use the beauty of the wind chimes from the Pyrenees Mountains and a singing bell from India. We even use a little silence. This effort is an evolution, and the goal is an ongoing one, a practice to be awake to what is moving us, to see our edges, and to be wise gardeners of our lives and of this world. Prayer and meditation allows us to see more opportunities in the world, in change, in this pandemic, and in the unrest in our world. I've been doing these as a parallel effort with the San Francisco Unity Book Salon for The Untethered Soul by Michael Singer. We practice these concepts in meditation to embed them in our bones so we don't have to relearn them. Feel free to sit in on one. There are more this week and next, and then we will be ending it. Today I'm going to go over chapter 15, which is a lovely one. It's called The Path of Unconditional Happiness. As is my experience with doing these, is sometimes they just assemble themselves. And today, Michael Singer's book about happiness and an article by the Christian Science Monitor, which I'm not going to really go into, but it's called Finding a Joy That Can't Be Unmasked. And her concerns were being able to express herself into the world, but also respecting needing to hide behind a mask and how to express that joy. It's an interesting article from the Christian Science perspective, which is a New Thought sister. And then Hafiz, of course, I brought him in to support us. When you've listened to the poem already, we have not come here to take prisoners. He always has something wonderful to say about joy. So we'll do a reading, and we'll set an intention, and then we'll begin the meditation. In chapter 15, Singer continues from the previous chapters in building a case for choosing better, choosing differently, from a higher perspective of the witness and the observer, or love, as Unity might say, choosing happiness in this case, not fear. And the antidote is always, and the practice is to relax into the fear and to keep our heart open. Singer asks why we place conditions on our happiness. If you do this, I will be happy. If the world changes this way, then I can be happy. If you become this, I will be happy. So he asks, what are we doing? We are withholding our love. We're closing our hearts. I am trying to make you conform. I'm trying to make you do it better by withholding, by being a knucklehead. And rather than choosing to accept you and the world as you are. What a gift when I accept you, all of you, as you are. It also gives me clarity and frees up energy that I gave in judgment to take action according to what moves me in the world, according to what speaks to me and what is ours to do. Maybe it's just a random act of kindness or a senseless act of beauty. Worthy, very worthy. But everyone agrees, the Christian Science Monitor, Singer, and Hafiz, that waiting on the world is a recipe for unhappiness. If I'm waiting for you to love me before I can love myself or love you, then when I get it, I have earned it. So what kind of love is that? It's a transaction. It's conditional. I am taking you prisoner, like the Hafiz poem. So this is a process. It's a practice, a choice to continually shine our light on what comes up and accepting what is. And now I'm going to quote a paragraph from Singer. Unconditional happiness is a very high path. It is a very high technique because it solves everything. The choice is to enjoy life. The choice to enjoy life will lead you through your spiritual journey. In truth, it is itself a spiritual teacher. Committing yourself to unconditional happiness will teach you every single thing there is to learn about yourself, about others, and about the nature of life. Every time a part of you begins to get unhappy, let go. Work with it. Use affirmations. Do whatever you need to stay open. And no matter what happens to you, you can choose to enjoy the experience. If you want to hang out with God, be joyful. Let's take that into our, let's affirm that today. If you want to hang out with God, be joyful. Staying joyous is the ultimate power. It solves everything. It evolves us. And we travel hopefully with love as our guide. We are better companions to a world in process. Let's take that as our intention today. And we begin. Let's take our first breath of gratitude. Breathe gratitude in through your heart. Breathe it in. Is not yours to do in this moment. Gratitude is a superpower. It changes everything, like happiness. Let's breathe it in again. Whatever is up for you today. A lemon tree, peony, a rose, just being on this side of the veil. Whatever's up for you today, actively breathe it in with gratitude through the heart. Breathe it in. Now hold it, let it light you up, and send it to any place in your body that is tense. And exhale. Continue using your breath actively. Send the sound, send gather yourself back to this moment, back to what is yours to do in this moment, with love and gratitude. Drop down to happiness, to peace, peace that passes all understanding, right here and right now. Welcoming it all, not making any of it wrong. We drop down to that peaceful place within. If you want to hang out with God, be joyful. It solves everything. It evolves us. And when we travel hopefully with love as our guide, we are better companions to a world in process. We have not come here to take prisoners, but to surrender ever more deeply to freedom and joy. We have not come into this exquisite world to hold ourselves hostage from love. Run, my dear, from anything that may not strengthen your precious budding wings. We have a duty to befriend those aspects of obedience that stand outside our house and shout to our reason, oh please, come out and play. For we have not come here to take prisoners or to confine our wondrous spirits, but to experience ever more deeply our divine courage, freedom, and light. If you want to hang out with God, be joyful. It solves everything. It evolves us. And when we travel, hopefully, with love and joy as our guide, we are better companions to a world in process. We have not come here to take prisoners, but to surrender ever more deeply to freedom and joy. We have not come into this exquisite world to hold ourselves hostage from love. We have a duty to befriend those aspects of obedience that stand outside of our house and shout to our reason, oh please, come out and play. For we have not come here to take prisoners or to confine our wondrous spirits, but to experience ever more deeply our divine courage and freedom and light. We remember this place of joy, this place always accessible, this place of love that solves everything. We remember this place where we hear the voice of Spirit as our own voice, where we reset with each breath so that we can be the light to others. We remember this place. I'm going to end with the Bible quote that was in the Christian Science Monitor article. It's from John 16:22. Your joy no man can taketh from you. Verily, verily I say unto you, whatsoever ye shall ask the Father in my name, he will give to you. Ask and ye shall receive, that your joy may be full. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'd like to thank this Lincoln rose, what is so beautiful and that has lent itself, and that's a double delight, created by God and the mad gardener. I'd also like to thank San Francisco Unity for the opportunity to show up, for the opportunity that being asked to show up as my highest self has given me. May you show up as your highest self today and be the light to others. Thank you.